little more than a year ago in this very room, we announced that we had filed a notice of intent to apply for a license to construct and operate a consolidated interim storage facility for spent nuclear fuel in response to the country's biggest nuclear waste management problem. We informed the Nuclear Regulatory Commission at that time that we would be submitting a license application in early 2016. And I am proud to stand before you today alongside our valued partners Areva and NAC International to tell you that we submitted the application this morning. Specifically, we're applying for an initial 40-year license to store 40,000 metric tons of used nuclear fuel. The facility will be built in 8 phases. Each of the 8 phases will be able to accommodate 5,000 metric tons. We anticipate asking for 20-year renewals after the initial 40-year license period. We've also told our community that that could be 60 to 100 years, so they understand interim storage could be for a long period of time. So here's the benefits of our proposal. We have the ideal location, we have the experience, and we have a consent-based site. Let me start with that last point, because frankly, that's the most important. We've got a proven record of ongoing community support for our low-level operations and facilities out in West Texas. And we were able to secure strong support for storing high-level radioactive waste before we filed our notice of intent last year. If we didn't get that strong community support, we would not have filed the license application today.
WCS has partnered with Areva and NAC International on the license application.
Our role in the team was to provide the technical basis and licensing knowledge for our storage systems to create the safety analysis report that formed an integral part of the application that was submitted this morning.
NAC's role on the team, along with Areva's, was to provide technical expertise and licensing basis for our array of licensed systems. The licensing of high-level radioactive waste is a very technically exacting process. NAC has 30-plus years of experience in working with the NRC to obtain approvals for a wide array of spent nuclear fuel storage and transportation systems.
We also look forward to contributing our unmatched experience in safely transporting used nuclear fuel. It turns out that 50 years ago this month, April 10th, 1966, we made our very first transport of used nuclear fuel from the Chinon reactor site in France. In the 50 years since then, we have safely transported over 75,000 used fuel assemblies, with no damage to the fuel during transport, no damage or leaks from any of our casks. We are extremely proud of our safety record, and later this year, we will be celebrating our 5,000th safe shipment of used nuclear fuel. And so this is something that has a very strong track record, and I think is extremely, extremely safe. Probably, I will say one of the safest things that we do in nuclear actually is specifically the transportation of these materials.
The first shipments to be transported to the proposed interim storage facility will be waste currently stored at permanently decommissioned sites. The initial step toward resolving decades of litigation and a $4.5 billion liability for U.S. taxpayers.
The proposed waste control specialist facility would provide that safe and timely alternative that allows the government to fulfill its obligations to SMUD and DPC members, remove the waste material from their sites, and stop the endless cycle of litigation to recover costs for management of the material.
Our customers at these decommissioned nuclear reactor sites with stranded spent nuclear fuel never signed up for indefinite on-site storage.
We expect the NRC will take approximately 3 years to review our application, and if it's approved, we plan to begin construction immediately in order to reach our goal of accepting used fuel by 2021. WCS is excited because there are 2 bills in the House and Senate appropriations language. This is a long process. We've got 3 years before we're through the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. We think there are solutions out there. And I'll also take this opportunity to say we totally agree there needs to be a permanent repository. There is no shirking that duty. It's important for us, for the nation, for everybody who's out there. But it's also a long process, and there are some immediate benefits you'd get from interim storage.